Bio Nation? I hope you're doing well tonight. My name is Matt Williamson, and you are still watching Marietta College Esports. So now we're going to have our Valorant team go up against University of Mount Union as part of the Great Lakes Esports Conference. They are already getting things set up in the lobby. So I'm going to try to fly through a bunch of announcements because I'm sure they're going to start any second now. So first of all, who is going to be playing for the Valorant team tonight? So we have here, I'm just going to go through the list. Freshman, Levi Gregory Taku. Freshman, Trey Johnson, Pelican. We have sophomore, Octavio Pedro and Critical Miss. Sophomore, Tyler Rich Bubs. And our captain, sophomore, Ian Wanis McLovin. And of course, we have our head coach, Derek Games. Now, the Valor team has gone up against some very difficult opponents in the GLEC. Mount Union is also a very formidable opponent. But we will see if the Pioneers can make some adjustments from their earlier matches this season to see how they go up against Mount Union. But let's go over a few announcements. So first of all, we want to give a shout out to HyperX for being the official peripheral sponsor for Marietta College Esports. They have provided our facility with keyboards, mice, headsets, mouse pads, microphones. Our students absolutely love them. If you want to check out HyperX, you can go to hyperx.gg/MariettaES. The QR code is up on your screen. Also want to give a shout out to Over the Moon Pizza for their support. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have their game nights where you can have their Switches. They have a Nintendo Switch available, so you can play some Mario Kart or some Super Smash Brothers or So Far or whatever. I'm trying to read chat at the same time. But yes, you can play some Switch games. And of course, on Tuesdays, they do air a match. So hello, Over the Moon Pizza. Thank you for your support. So if you're over there right now, you could be watching this live at their restaurant on Front Street. So thank you so much for that. And we're about to start, so I want to give a quick shout out for Virtual Stadium South. Thank you so much for your support. We have raised over $1,000 so far as part of this campaign. You can go to givecampus.com/4JS65M. The QR code is up. You can purchase virtual tickets. Just make sure you designate your gift to Marietta College Esports. But all right, we are getting things started up here. So let's get underway. We are going to be on Sunset, which I've never played Sunset. Then again, I rarely play Valorant in general. So it's going to be interesting. Mount Union did pick Sunset. But now we're going to see what Marietta decides to go with for their selections. Taku's going to go with the Reyna. Bobs is going to go with the Reyna. Actually, no. Taku is going to... Nothing's been confirmed just yet, except for a couple selections for Mount Union. But Marietta is still taking their time to decide what they want to go with. Taku's looking at the Cypher. Bubs is looking at Raze. Elkin's looking at Fade. Critical Miss is looking at the Brimstone. And McLovin's using a new agent. I don't even know who he is. So that's going to be interesting. But he locks him in. I'm sure you guys in chat know exactly who he is. That tells you how much I play Valorant. But looks like all of the agents have been selected. So we should be getting underway. Oh, so it's Harbor. Okay, now I know that that is Harbor. I don't know what he does, but I guess I'm going to find out. How you doing, Terry?
I'm doing very well, Mr. Williamson. So we're here, and it looks like the team is ready. They already selected their characters.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So with Valorant, can you please walk me through how the map is selected? Is this similar to Overwatch or no?
Well, it's a little different. So they do a pick ban process. So before the games even started, they ban certain maps, and then one team gets to pick a map, another team gets to pick a map, and they get to choose sides. Okay. So we already know the maps ahead of time. Well, they know. I don't know.
Okay.
And I don't even know anything about Sunset. But then they select their characters at the very beginning. You can't change your character in the middle of a game. Unlike Overwatch. We didn't see it in Overwatch, but you can change your heroes in the middle of an Overwatch game. But with Valorant, you can't. It's played in rounds. Have you ever played CSGO?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I was about to say, it's like CSGO, except everyone has abilities. And, okay, I was very scared for a second there because I thought it, like, lagged out, but we are in...
I have played a little bit of Valorant with a former student who was here, Jasmine. Mm-hmm. I played with her and she showed me a little bit about it. As she was saying, they do have some abilities, as you're seeing right here.
Yeah, everyone has some abilities. Looks like Marietta's going to go through Site B. They are attacking first. Critical Miss gets taken down. And Bobs is going to be trying to get a pick of it. He gets splat in the face and blinded, gets taken out as well. And the first round is going to go to Mount Union. Although Marietta did get the spike planted, which will get him some points, but Mount Union will secure that first round.
Okay.
But yeah, so what makes this game a little bit different from Overwatch is when you die, you are out for that round.
Wow.
And there's also an economy. So you have credits, which allows you to buy weapons, buy some armor, and buy some of your utility, your abilities. So this is a game where it's like if you get kills and you win rounds, you get more credits. So that helps you with buying stronger weapons. If you don't win, you still get some credits, but it's not as much. But then that's going to put you into positions where maybe you can't buy the best items right away. So like Marietta, because they lost that last round, they are not going to really be buying much. They're going to stay with their pistols. It's kind of what we call an econ round.
Okay, so everyone initially starts with a pistol.
Yeah, so they have the pistol round, and then after that they can buy better weapons. So we see Mount Union is buying some stronger weapons, and Critical Miss gets immediately headshot by Grover, although Pelican is able to get a refrag. So that's a 1-for-1 trade. Although Bobs is going to get picked off. So now Marietta is just kind of playing very cautiously. So we're going to see McLovin kind of just hanging out this corner and see if anyone comes by, but not really going to find anyone. We see Pelican and Taku kind of stuck in this Viper wall. So they can go through, but they're going to take some damage in the process. Now it's subsided, so they're going to try to walk through. McLovin does get picked off, and there's the other members, and Blackbird's going to take down Taku and Pelican, and Mountain Union will take that round.
Stay alive. I want their
So
life,
now
not yours.
Marietta does have some credits now, and you're going to start seeing them buy some better items. So after an econ round, it means you're probably going to lose the round, but you're saving up some credits so that you get more for the next round so you can full buy. So now they all got assault rifles, they got shields, and then we can check to see if they got all their abilities. So that will help them out a little bit.
Hit them fast,
and we're seeing that with Mount Union, that they are going with some different buys as well. So like Grover is not going to be able to full buy. So we'll see how this plays a role in this coming round. Critical Miss already going to be charging, going for the stun, gets splat and blinded, but he's going to fall back. And Bobs is going to get a pick on Reyna. And Critical Miss has to fall back. Pelican's going to fall. And meanwhile, the rest of the Pioneers are going to rotate over to side A. Taku takes down Blackbird, so it's already a 3v4 in Marietta's favor. Smoke comes out from the Omen for Mount Union. But now we're going to see Marietta is going to start planting that spike. They do get the spike planted. Bobs is going to be kind of watching over the water subsides. Mount Union is looking to reclaim side A. And Critical Miss is just kind of hanging out there by that toxic cloud. But now we're going to see Taku gets picked off. We're going to start defusing. Although McLovin gets one down. And I don't even know if Bobs knows the one behind, but there's only one left. But Bobs is going to get it down. And Marietta will take that round. But yeah, they're just kind of watching the side there. But that's exactly what Marietta needed, because that's going to help with their econ a little bit, because they were able to take down Mount Union. Now, Mount Union has enough credits. They are going to full buy, but this could be a huge round for Marietta, because if they can win this, then Mount Union's econ is going to be in trouble going into the next round.
That makes sense.
But, all right, Marietta is looking like they're going to go for site A again. Bobs is going to use that boombot just for scouting. And looks like Bobs is going to be throwing that grenade. But McLovin already gets picked off. That's not what you want to see early on. Mount Union may be looking for a possible flank, but Taku with the Cypher has some tripwires to be aware of. But Pelican has already fallen as well. So it's just Taku and Bubs that's left for the team. And Bubs is going to get one down. He actually gets two down. But he gets caught in the smoke. He gets taken down. So Mountain Union does work their way back. So it's now 3-1. in Mountain Union's favor. So that's going to allow Mountain Union to full buy once again. Marietta is now going to be in a tough spot with their econ. They can full buy here, but if they don't win this round, they're going to have to econ the next.
This round is very vital.
Yeah, it's going to be an important round. It's first the 13 who wins.
Okay.
Here.
And we are seeing that Marietta is getting a couple of ultimates ready. So the yellow indicates that they do have their ultimate ready to go. So Taku has his ultimate, but Mountain Union has 2 ultimates ready themselves. Marietta is now going to be looking at Site B, but Bubs immediately gets picked off on a Cypher who got a 3K from behind. Pelican and McLovin do get 2 down, but the Cypher for Mountain Union just kind of stayed behind. Marietta walked by and didn't even notice he was there and was able to punish the Pioneers. McLovin falls, so now it's just Pelican, and Mountain Union is going to be able to disable that spike. So the round will go to Mountain Union. So now it's going to be 4-1. So Marietta is going to be... they're going to have a little problem here. So I think they are going to... like partial buy, it looks like. Which just means you don't get full shields. You don't necessarily get the best weapons, but you still get something, so you might have a chance. I don't know if that's the correct term, but I'm calling it a partial buy.
That makes sense. Partial something help.
Yeah, it's not a full buy, but they're still buying something, so they're not like completely saving.
How many rounds do they play for the game to end?
It's first to 13.
First 13
So
kills?
these games can be a little longer than an Overwatch game. I mean, we've had Valorant games go for like an hour each, and Pelican and Bubs go down, but Bubs is going to get a refrag, but McLovin goes down, so it's just Critical Miss and Taku that's left. Critical Miss is going to grab a weapon that's better than what he's having to see if he can make some plays off of it, but Mountain Union is looking to flank from behind. Critical Miss is going to try to throw out the stun, but that smoke is going to blind him, and he goes down through the stun. Taku is able to take down one, but it's still 1v3. And Sly there for Mountain Union gets the 3K, so that round will go to Mountain Union. So Marietta will be able to full buy, but the rounds are starting to get ahead of them. It's 5-1. And Mountain Union used one of their ultimates. Now, Marietta does have 4 ultimates. So they may be able to use one of those or 2 of those to try to get a round off of Mountain Union. And eventually, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 rounds, the roles will swap. So we're already seeing ultimates coming out. Pelican does end up falling. And McLovin's going to end up getting taken down.
I know exactly where you are.
So now Taku's going to pop his ultimate to see where everyone's at, but it's just Taku and Critical Miss. Goes for the stun, does get a knockup, but has to dodge the toxic pool. Goes for the blind, does spot one, but he's going to fall back. But now getting flanked from the side, and Mountain Union will take the next round.
Mountain Union right here looks like they have a formation they're coming in with. Kind of got, what do you call it, surrounding Marietta.
Yeah, we call that a pinch, where they kind of go around and basically surround them from multiple points. So once they're pinched in, there's not much that Marietta can do because, yeah, they can go after one side, but they're going to be attacked from the other side where they're not looking. So when you know you have an advantage, you try to go for those pinches. And Mountain Union is a very good team. I think most of the players are ranked Ascendant. It's not Radiant or Immortal, but it's still very highly ranked compared to where our team is right now. So now Marietta is looking at side A, but they're going to take this a little bit more slowly. They do have less than a minute and a half to plant the spike at one of the 2 sites. So Marietta is anticipating Mountain Union to play more aggressive here. And Bobs is going to take down the Omen, which might be the opportunity Marietta needs to move forward. McLovin's checking for a possible pinch. Doesn't spot anyone there. Does see the Cypher tripwire and actually spots the Cypher but doesn't connect. Bobs ends up going down.
Water rising.
So now they're going to fall back. Marietta's got about 40 seconds to work their way in. And Pelican knows that someone's over there. Meanwhile, McLovin's going to pop in, takes down the Viper, but he's going to go down.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
So now it's just Pelican that's left in a 1v2 situation. With 18 seconds, does not even have the spike. So he just might be stuck there.
I have the spike. 10 seconds left.
Bring them down.
So at this point, he takes a big hit from the Cypher and does end up going down. So now it is 7-1. I mean, Marietta is getting some picks in here, but for Mountain Union, it's been all Blackbird. I mean, not really all, but been doing very well at 11-5-2 on his KDA. Mountain Union has 3 ultimates ready to go. Marietta has got 3 themselves. That's going to be another one of those critical bounces, but where Pelican's not going to be able to full buy. He's going to have to actually go with a pistol himself, so he has to econ while everyone else full buys.
Grenade!
Love's going to be throwing the grenade. Mountain Union knows that Marietta's looking at Site B, so they're going to start migrating over there. 3 are already defending Site B. And now Bobs is going to be popping the ultimate, and Pelican's going to pop his as well. Bobs fires the rocket, but does not connect. But Bobs still gets the Reyna, gets blinded and taken down. Taku's going to fall as well, but Pelican's going to get one. Critical Miss will get one. Critical Miss falls, and Pelican's not able to get the last one. But that was close, but just not quite enough.
Right there.
So it's now 8-1. Marietta used 2 of their ultimates for that, but they were not able to secure the round. And actually, Mountain Union didn't have to use any of their ultimates for that. So now we see Marietta has to econ this round. Bobs and Taku have to go with a version of the pistol. And Marietta is going to be possibly in a fight. Pelican's already going to go down. Bobs gets one down. You see, Critical Miss is kind of stuck.
Spike down A. 1 enemy remaining.
Blackbird with a 3K, and Grover is going to take down Bubs, so another round will go to Mountain Union. Yeah, that's just the result of coordinating with among themselves.
Yeah. Very interesting how Mountain Union attacks. I've been trying to study them, and they use the same pinch and strategy as we spoke about.
And we see that Mountain Union used the Reyna ults during that. Marietta tried to use some ults, but didn't get much from that. So now they're going to be looking at sites. Well, actually, they're going to be kind of maybe look at the middle and site B. The Cypher is going to be moving in. And Bobs is going to get 1 pick, although Critical Miss is going to fall. Grover is going to get another pick, so although Pelican's going to fall.
Cage triggered. They found my wire.
McLung's going to go down, so it's just Taku and Bubs that's
Where
left.
is everyone hiding?
And he's going to pop the ultimate to try to spot where everyone's at, and he's going to realize that they're being flanked, so they're going to rotate over to Site A. And Taku's going to start planting. And he does get the spike planted, but he's going to get met
Last player standing.
by the Omen. Although Bobs gets 1, but does not get the second. And Mountain Union will be able to defuse the spike. The Mountain Union does take another round.
Come on, people. We got 3 more rounds.
Last round before the switch.
But yeah. So after this round, they will swap sides. So Marietta has been on offense. They're going to be on defense next. So this is one where you just basically go all out because when side swap, credits reset, ults reset. So I would expect Critical Miss and Watson to use their ultimates this round because they're not going to have it after this one.
Okay.
Wow, this is a nice spot. Yes, this should do.
Like we'll move over to Critical Miss to see when he finds that opportunity to pop his ultimate. And Bobs is going to get a pick onto the Cypher, which is huge. So now Critical Miss is going to be looking for that possible stun. And there's the Viper Pit going to be used. And Critical Miss pops the ultimate, but they have to fall back because that Viper Pit is just on top of that site. So Marietta is going to rotate over to Site A, knowing that Site B is just too well defended at this point.
Blocking fire.
And he does catch someone in a bubble, but they're going to rotate over. Throws out the wave.
Flooding them.
So just using that water as kind of a wall. Critical Miss will start planting. Taku falls, but they do get the spike planted. But several are going to go down, but Bob's going to pop the rocket, but several have fallen. It's just Bubs that's left. And they're going to start trying to disable. Bobs gets one. But gets caught while reloading, and Mount Union will take the round. So I mean, they were able to get onto the site pretty well.
Yeah.
It was just... It's those gunfights that can become problematic. So now they've swapped sides, so Marietta's on defense, and it's back to the pistol round.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It's 1st to 13, and Mountain Union is up 11-1. So if Mountain Union wins this round, Marietta is going to have to force to try to buy something because they can't econ, because then Mountain Union will be at game point.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very critical round and could decide the fate of this first map. But everyone's just kind of waiting here. We see Pelicans is ready to throw this ability, whatever it's called. Throws it over. And he knows that they are going straight for Site A. Takes a lot of damage, has to fall back at 24 health. And meanwhile, McLovin is going to try to make a pick. Does get one down, but Pelican's going to fall. McLovin gets a second. Although Critical Miss is going to go down.
Remaining.
And actually, Marietta's holding. It's
Right
just
there.
the Cypher that's left. Bobs is looking, although he goes down. So it's just Taku and McLovin. So McLovin's just holding this site very quickly. Although Taku, I think, may spot the Cypher.
Last player
But he gets taken down. He's expecting it. But McLovin gets the pick, and Marietta will take that round. That is huge for the Pioneers because now Mountain Union is going to be forced to econ, and Marietta can buy some stuff to give them an advantage here.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're still very behind, 11-2, but you just take one game at a time. I remember one time, I think Marietta was down to like 4-12 or something like that. It was match point for the opponent, but they were starting to take one round, and then another round, another round, and they were able to basically break the opponent's will, and were able to go all the way to overtime and win it.
Wow.
So it's possible, but you just got to play smart. They got to play discipline. But McLovin does get picked off, which is not a great start. Mountain Union is going to be looking at Site A. Pelican is going to be just hanging over there in case anyone comes by. They're going to start playing. It does see the smoke. So meanwhile, Bubs is going to be heading over. He gets picked off, and so does Critical Miss. So it's just Taku and Pelican that are stuck over by this smoke. And Taku does get one, but now it's just Pelican in 1v4, and he's going to get picked off. So Mountain Union will take the round. So despite having to econ, they do get that round. So it is going to be map point for Mountain Union. So Marietta is going to have to buy whatever they can because they have to win every round from now on to stay in this game.
This goes here.
But we're going to see like Bubs is not going to be able to get the best weapon. He tried to buy what he could in the last round, but he's going to have to use the pistol. Marietta's got the partial buy. He tried to go for a quick pick. Taku's going to get blinded.
Page triggered.
And Mountain Union is going to be going straight for Site A. Although Bubs might be in a little fight with... Well, never mind. I thought he was going to fight with Arena, but he's not. McLovin is going to know that someone's in that bubble. Viper Wall does come out. McLovin's going to fall back and reload.
Water rising.
Meanwhile, Critical Miss is going to be in a fight. He does get the pick onto Reyna, which is huge. But now Taku's going to be moving. He's going to get taken out, though. He does get one with him. McLovin takes one, but he gets taken down from behind. So now Mountain Union is going to start planting.
Spike planted.
And Bubs wishes he had a better weapon at this point because he would have gotten the headshot. But now it's up to Bubs. He does get the rifle. But now there's going to be the smoke coming out. He gets one, but he goes down with the refrag. And Mountain Union will secure map 1 at 13-2. So yeah, with that, so we do see the score there, but Mountain Union just playing very well. MVP of that went to Blackbird at with 28-4 for his KDA. Top player for the Pioneers was Bubs at 14-14-2. So I mean, they got a couple rounds, but Mountain Union was just able to take round after round after round.
Yeah. Now they have to take, as she said, round after round, because if they go in thinking they have to win everything, I don't think they will. So they have to like approach it step by step, communicate a little bit more. Yeah, they'll be good.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how the second map is going to look like.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be split, which is an interesting map. But I think they're going to take a small break. Usually for games like this, since it is a bit longer than like an Overwatch game, yeah, I think we're going to take a small break, but then we'll come back for Game 2 of Marietta College versus Mountain Union. So don't go away. We'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. We are getting things underway for the next map. It is going to be split. So we're waiting for it to load. I'm trying to see what side Marietta is going to be on. So it looks like Marietta is going to be attacking again. So let's go ahead and get things set up on here. Terry did have to take off. So chat, please give him a hand for helping out with commentating for some of these matches. So he will be interning for our program. But, all right, so we see here a couple of change-ups here. But Glove is going to be bringing back the Sage. He likes to play that a bit. Critical Miss may be looking at Sky. Pelican's going to lock in the Fade once again. Taco going to bring out the Astra this time. Maybe not getting a lot of value from the Cypher from the last game. Bob's going to stick with the Rays. We're going to see some interesting compositions here coming out for Mount Union. Looks like everyone has... Okay, now Critical Miss is locked in the Sky. So we should be loading here very soon. And hopefully we won't have any technical issues and we'll be able to load right into this game pretty soon. But it may take a minute here. So we're just going to cross your fingers and hope it loads without any major difficulties. But yeah, okay, it looks like everything worked pretty well this time. Nice! So it is going to be the pistol round. Once again, Marietta will be attacking first. A few people are investing in some silencers, so interesting choice there. We see Critical Miss only purchasing one ability, just to maybe get a little bit of information. And they're going to go straight for Site B. And Critical Miss is going to use that one ability. Does not catch anyone. The Omen Smoke is going to slow him down a little bit. Sage Wall comes out. The Pelican and Taku already get taken down, but Critical Miss is going to get a pick onto the Omen. And but Mid-Loving is going to get taken down, and so will Critical Miss. So it's just going to be Bubs that's left for the Pioneers. Does get the spike planted, but now he's going to fall back. Does get a pick onto the Sky. He's going to get splat again by this Get-Go. And now Mountain is going to be looking to defuse. Bobs gets one. He gets two. He's going to throw out the grenade, but he's just not able to get that last person. But Bobs was playing. He does get the kill afterwards. He gets it. Oh my goodness. So they may have lost a round, but Bobs with the 4K. It's raining credits for Bubs. So Marietta's still going to have to econ though, just because they did lose the round, but that's definitely going to be a hype builder for the team that Bubs was able to get that 4K. So now Marietta is going to be still looking at Site B. But we also see they're looking for a possible flank as well. So Pelican's going to see the Omen Smoke. Meanwhile, McLovin and Bubs are looking in the middle. And a very interesting contraption there. Throws out the grenade. But McLovin gets picked from the side. Bubs is going to have to turn around. Critical Miss is going to get picked. And Marietta got completely flanked and just not aware of it.
B.
So now Bubs is going to be rotating around. Not much he's going to be able to do in a 5v1 situation. So he's going to fall back a little bit, try to stay alive, and maybe look for some opportunities for picks. He does get one and takes the rifle.
30 seconds left.
So he knows he's not going to win the round, but he's going to see how many he can take with him. And he spots one. The Open Smoke comes out. He's going to fall back and see if anyone moves in, because he might just stay in the smoke. Although he takes a big hit down to 15 HP. they know he's there. Gets the Sky, but he goes down, so he takes 2 with him in the process. So Bubs is just trying to do everything he can to get some picks. Already at 6-1-0. He has his ultimate ready. And now Marietta is going to be able to full buy. So we're going to see if Bubs is able to capitalize on that ultimate and try to make some plays. But Marietta's got to watch for those possible flanks because they took a little bit too much time in the middle. And everyone that was at site A just kind of migrated towards the middle and was able to catch Marietta with their pants down. Now Marietta is going to be looking at site B. The wall comes out. Love and capture an ultimate, or Boombot's going to be coming out. So Marietta as a group is going to start moving in. And more smokes come out. Pelican's going to be watching up there. And you're going to get splatted again. And poison. Pelican does get 2 down while standing in that poison. But not able to get the spike planted. And he's going to go down. The ultimate is going to come out. And Bubs is going to take down the Rays. But it's still a 2v1. Actually, I'm sorry. McLovin's still there too. And McLovin's going to possibly get into a fight. I don't think he knows it. It's just like right there. Everyone's just kind of holding. Bubs is going to start moving. Tries to draw off the Sky. McLovin gets the pick. And this
I have the spike.
And Bobs gets the kill, and Marietta will get the round, and they'll just go ahead and get that spike down while they're at it.
This party's just begun.
I mean, Bobs is playing insanely well. Pelican getting 2 picks there was also critical. So Marietta is trying to find ways to climb back into this game. Although we're going to see Critical Miss is going to econ this round, but so is Grover for Mountain Union. But he does have his ultimate ready to compensate for that. We're going to see Critical Miss already taking a lot of damage. So he's going to have to fall back a little bit. Although McLovin can heal him up a little bit. Here comes the Raze ult. And does take down 1. But Taku's going to be able to take him down. And it just kills left and right. So it's a 2v3. So it's just Pelican and McLovin that's up. And Pelican gets the pick. So now it's a 2v2. Pelican takes a hit in that process.
Where are you?
There.
Now we're just kind of waiting. 40 seconds remain. Spike is down.
I have the spike.
Pelican gets the spike, but takes a couple of hits in the process. And now it's just him going to start planting, but at 19 health.
30 seconds.
I don't know if he's going to be holding. Actually, he does get picked off while planting. So it was a good attempt by Pelican. So we see Marietta's going to have to... well, we'll see. I think they are going to econ this round. Yeah, they are going to econ here and just go with pistols. Well, Mountain Union has 3 ultimates ready to go. Pelican does have his ultimate ready too. Actually, Critical Miss may be looking for a blind here. I was about to try to take the ultimate, but does draw out some fire. Meanwhile, Bubs is going to be looking to draw something out. Yeah, he's sees the Gecko. Gecko's gonna get away. Does take some damage from the grenades though.
Bomb buddy out.
Goes out that bomb, but he immediately gets taken out though. And McLove's got to be careful. He's going to get picked off and get flanked by the Rays. And Bubs is going to fall too. So it's just Pelicans left. Does take down the Gecko. But he's going to be completely surrounded. Takes a hit from above and just not going to be able to survive. But that's twice now that the Pioneers were caught in that flank. They gotta watch those. But Marietta will be able to full buy this time. It's 4-1. Mountain Union still in the lead. Marietta has now got their second ultimate ready. And McLovin almost has his ult ready too. We're going to see the Sky Ultimate comes out right away for Mount Union. And grenade comes out. Taku takes some damage. Pelican's already taken out. So he's going to fall back. He knows that there are some from Mount Union there.
Taking that back. Need that back.
And it's going to try to find other places to plant those astral smokes, but gets taken out while doing that. Although critical miss and Bub are going to get some kills themselves, so it's 3-on-3. But McLaughlin's going to get taken out, so it's just going to be critical miss that's left. And in a 3v1 situation, it's going to be very difficult to pull off. He might just try to stay alive to keep his weapon.
"30 seconds left."
Yeah, I think he's just trying to save at this point. But he's got to hear that the Gecko's nearby. And that's going to call his position. And tries to go for the fight, but does get taken down by Blackbird. So now Mount Union is going to be up 5-1. Marietta once again is going to be forced to econ this round, or at least partial buy. Pelican's going to try to use his utility.
I'll find you.
And immediately gets taken out. Yeah, we do see that the race does have an op, which is going to make things a little tricky for Marietta. So they're looking at site A, but I don't know if they're going to be able to move forward because Raze has an op right there just staring at that corner. And here comes the rocket launcher. Throws the lock, and Pelican does get caught over there. And Taku's going to get taken down by the op as well. Critical miss does get the spike and going to run away. But McLovin gets taken down. Grenade goes out. But Bob's taken out. And all it's out is critical miss. He does take down the Raze. But he's going to get blinded. He's going to try to climb back up. Or not. Tries to take the op, but doesn't get the pick. Now Marietta will fall by. It's 6-1. Marietta has 4 ultimates ready to go.
I've got your trail.
And Buzz immediately takes down Grover, which is going to be huge for Marietta. The Sky ult comes out. Fade ult comes out for Pelican. And they're immediately pushing onto site B. So Taku's going to start planning. And they get the spike planted. So now it's a matter, can they hold this position? They are expecting themselves to check every single opening. And here comes the Gecko ult. And Leaf's going to get a pick. Actually, 2K Pelican's going to get one down. Bubs is going to be popped the ultimate. Takes down Leaf, but he's going to fall. So now it's just Taku and McLovin that's left. Taku teleports over.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
And they try to stop, but unfortunately, they do get the defuse off, despite the fact that Marietta was the last one standing. But yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate to see that they were able to defuse. It was so close to taking the round, too.
I should play some Astral Stars in this reality.
Now we see Marietta still has 2 of their ultimates, but Critical Miss and McLovin are going to have to partial buy. Critical Miss actually going to go with the shotgun. Now I gotta be careful for a possible flank. In fact, Bubs may be in a possible fight. I hope he looks to the right, and he's not. He's gonna get punished severely. Wait, does this raise over here? Not, yeah. They did take him out, and they just collapse on the Pioneers. They do try to pop the ultimate, but just a huge round there for Mountain Union. Bubs needed to just peek there, and he didn't, and you see that Mountain Union was just was able to overrun the Pioneers. Critical Miss is going to try to get some information. Sees that the Gecko's right there.
You are divided.
And we're going to see the Astra ult coming out. Critical Miss does take down the Raze. But McLovin's going to fall, so it's a 4v4. They're going to start pushing in, but Bubs is going to fall, and Taku takes too much damage and falls. So now it's just Pelican and Critical Miss that's left. A minute remains. Critical Miss falls, so now Pelican's going to be trapped and not able to take down the Sky, and another round will go to Mountain Union.
Combat is a means to an end, and we are the means.
Now Marietta is going to try to full... Well, not everyone's going to be able to full buy, actually. And so far, Mountain Union's economy is very strong. Even if they lost a couple of rounds, they still have plenty of credits to full buy. Mercy McLovin is going to go with the off this time to see if he can get a pick. But now Mountain Union may be looking for a possible flank. And Taku's going to go
Spike down A.
It's all you, little homie.
And we see the Gecko ult coming out. McLovin's looking for a possible pick, but Bubs is going to fall. And McLovin's going to go down, so it's just Pelican and Critical Miss that's left. Pelican gets by, but he does take down the Gecko. Gets the spike and is going to try to retreat and head over to Site A, but he knows that Raze is going to be chasing after him. I think he knows that Raze knows that he went right instead of left. Raze is going to continue to chase him. He's going to reload. He spots the Raze, but he gets picked off. So it's just Critical Miss does take down the Raze, but it's still a 1v2. 20 seconds remaining. I don't think he's got enough time to get to site A.
Ten seconds left.
He's gonna try to play, but I just don't think he's got enough time. Yeah, just not enough time to plant.
Last round in the half.
Don't save anything. Last chance to use our stuff.
Alright, so they got one ultimate. They might have another one ready. And they're gonna just buy whatever they can. And we're gonna see the Raze ult coming out and immediately takes down Critical Miss, not even realizing that was gonna happen, but it's all smiles, realizing, yep, he just got rocketed. But meanwhile, Bobs is gonna get blind spoke, but McLaughlin's gonna go down, so will Pelican. Bobs is gonna get one, but it's just Bobs that's left in a 1v4. Gets a second. Comes out, but just gets taken down by Leave.
Switching sides.
So now Marietta will be on defense here, but it is 11-1. Mountain Union is 2 rounds away from taking the series.
Some stars in this reality?
So we'll see if Marietta can find a way to get back into it.
That'll work. Next time is now, fam.
Put down some astral smokes.
Concealment.
But Mountain Union is looking at the middle, it seems. So McLovin's going to fall back. And Bubs immediately gets taken out. And McLovin is going to be under attack. But McLovin and Critical Miss do get him down. And McLovin actually gets a second, so it's a 2v3. So right now, Marietta has the advantage. He spots the Omen. So now Pelican is looking for the opening. Although Leaf is going to be moving from behind.
I'll find you.
And gets picked off from behind.
One enemy
The Pelican gets it, but it's now going to be Taku versus the Omen. Gets a hit. So he gets the Omen to about half health. So can Taku finish him off? And Omen's going to be going over to Site A, it looks like. So he's going to get the spike planted. Taku's got to be aware of this, so he's going to run over. He's got to be very careful. Because he has no idea where Omen is, but he's going to have to make his way over to the spike soon. And he does get taken off from the side. So Mountain Union will secure the round.
Match point.
So this will be match point for Mountain Union. And Marietta is going to have to be forced to buy because they can't econ this round. And we're seeing Marietta's just trying to buy whatever they can. Love's gonna be ready to pop the wall. But Mount Union is going to go straight over to Site A, and no one from Marietta is over there. So Mount Union is going to be able to secure this very quickly.
Spike planted.
McLovin takes down one. The Pelican's going to get taken out by Omen. Ball's going to throw out the grenade. Wall's going to come out. Takes the weapon, but Critical Miss is going to take down the Omen. But Marietta's got to start heading towards over to the spike soon. It's a 4v3. Throws out the heal. Taku gets taken down.
Last player standing.
And it's just McLovin that's left, and just not much you're going to be able to do.
Attackers win.
And even if he did take him out, I don't think they would have enough time to stop the... yeah, they wouldn't have enough time to stop the spike. So that will be the game there. So, all right, so Mountain Union does win that 13-1. We see MVP for Mountain Union is going to be Sly with 18-9-5 for KDA. Bubs placing third overall at 13-12-3 for the average combat score. But that is going to be it for the Valorant team for today. There will be a couple more matches for the GLEC season, but we are actually kind of winding down. I think there's only just a couple games left. But we do have some more matches coming for you later this week. So on Wednesday, we're not going to have any matches. But Thursday, we'll have our Rainbow Six and our Smash matches. We'll be streaming Rainbow Six because that's the only time that Rainbow Six plays. Friday, we'll have our League of Legends team playing against Tiffin. And then Saturday, we are going to have our Smash team competing at 10 a.m. And then our Fortnite team will be returning at 3 p.m. with the 0 build split. It looks like the League of Legends match with Bethel is going to have to be rescheduled, and we're going to get all that finalized. So for all the latest updates with what's going on with Marietta College Esports, including schedule changes and updates on matches, please be sure to follow us here on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Shoutouts to all of our supporters: By Blue Light, Elgato, Kovacs, HyperX, Incrediware, Over the Moon Pizza, and MSI. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your follows and your subscriptions, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good night.